The phone rang 71 times before I silenced it. I counted, not out of panic, out of habit. The screen glowed with her name, blinking like a wound that wouldn't close. I was standing on a terrace I didn't tell anyone about, watching snow soften the mountains until they looked harmless. Switzerland does that, makes danger feel expensive. A message slipped through before I killed the signal. Please, answer. I imagined her hand shaking as she typed. I imagined the courtroom carpet still pressed into her knees. I imagined the fine print crawling back into her throat. 2 weeks earlier, she'd slid a stapled packet across our kitchen table. Printed ink, cheap paper, confidence. Sign this or leave, she said. I signed without blinking. That was the moment she lost me. She just didn't know it yet. It wasn't the contract that hurt. It was how relieved she looked when I picked up the pen. No hesitation, no questions, as if she'd been waiting for me to disappear on paper. I noticed things after that, small things, the way her phone slept face down, the way she showered twice a day, scrubbing like she was trying to erase a second life, the laughter that didn't belong to me anymore, lighter, rehearsed, portable. I told myself stories, busy schedules, midlife fog, stress. Lies are easier when you repeat them alone. She started staying out late on Tuesdays, claimed yoga, claimed peace, came home smelling like a stranger's cologne, expensive, intentional, the kind men wear when they want to be remembered. I never asked. Asking is what desperate people do. I was still married. At night, she slept turned away from me, a thin border of cold sheets between our backs. I memorized the space. I learned how absence can take up room. The contract sat in my desk drawer, whispering. I reread it like scripture. Asset division, separation clauses, and then, almost hidden, one sentence that made my pulse slow. Infidelity nullifies alimony claims. She had downloaded it online. She had chosen the words herself. I became quiet in the way predators do. I paid attention. I checked phone records without touching her phone. Numbers repeat when they matter. I watched patterns form. Tuesdays, then Thursdays. Long calls that ended just before she came home, flushed and distant. I ordered nothing that could be traced back to suspicion. No accusations, no raised voice. I smiled. I cooked. I listened. I hired a man who didn't ask why. He sent me photographs taken from across streets and through glass. Her hand on another man's arm, her mouth near his ear, her wedding ring catching light like a joke. I felt nothing. That scared me more than rage would have. I scheduled a consultation, then another. I filed quietly, methodically, like a man checking exits in a burning room. I timed it. 2 weeks after the signature dried. She didn't notice the shift. People who believe they're winning rarely do. At dinner, she talked about gratitude, about family, about Thanksgiving plans. I nodded and passed the salt. My daughter-in-law called the next morning. "If you want to join Thanksgiving, come wash the dishes," she shouted, laughing over the phone. I said one word, enjoy. I booked my flight. The evidence arrived in a thin folder, time-stamped, labeled, clean. I didn't confront her at home. Homes are too forgiving. I waited for the courtroom, where truth echoes and lies get tired. She smiled when she saw me. Tried to. The smile broke halfway up. I slid the folder across the table. "Do you know what infidelity means?" I asked. Her breath hitched, a sound like a door catching. The judge read. Her lawyer went pale. The sentence she'd chosen rose from the page like a verdict. No alimony. She stood too fast. The room tilted. She fainted, graceful, almost practiced. Someone gasped. Someone called her name. I stayed seated. Stillness is louder than shouting. The divorce finalized faster than she expected. Justice likes efficiency when it's invited. She called, then begged, then threatened, then cried. I didn't answer. I posted one photo, just one. A balcony, snow, a glass of something clear and sharp. No caption. That's when the calls started again. 71 times. She left a message I never listened to. I know what it said. I know the shape of her fear.
I know the moment she realized the contract wasn't protection, it was a trap she'd set for herself. I sent her nothing. Silence is the purest form of revenge. It lets the guilty do all the talking. I think about her sometimes, not with anger, with curiosity, like a puzzle that solved itself. Betrayal doesn't break you, it clarifies you. I didn't crush her with force. I let her fall under the weight of her own choices, the contract, the lies, the belief that I was predictable. From the terrace, the mountains don't judge. They just exist, ancient, unmoved, indifferent. I turned my phone off and went inside. Some things don't deserve a signal anymore.